Hi, Erica. So I really want to thank you for offering a testimonial to others for how well our services, our coaching services have been doing for you. So I'm just going to ask you a few questions. First, why did you consider hiring a parenting coach?
So when I first considered it, it was the time when my oldest daughter, my 2-year-old, now 2.5-year-old, was in your Fun Fit class. And I learned about your pumped up parenting and looked into that. I was pregnant. I was about 8, almost 9 months pregnant with my second daughter. My husband traveled, still does, but at the time was in the middle of his peak season for work, was traveling a lot. I had a very busy life and just a lot on my plate, and just was very overwhelmed with everything. Wanted kind of that one stop shop to make sure I was keeping up with milestones for my daughter, had the right tactics for coming into disciplining, um, teaching her the right things in the right way. I just didn't have time to read all the books, all the blogs, and I wanted to be very intentional in my parenting and also help my daughter adjust to a sibling coming on the way. We move a lot, and just really look into how I could manage the family dynamics a lot better with an outside resource giving me advice.
So um, we've been working together for almost a year now. And what have you been able to achieve since we have started our coaching together?
So much. I would say I'm much more intentional in my parenting. There's much more of a plan in place. Um, I look at things in a different way. I tend to look at things from the perspective of my daughter more. I do have two daughters, but one's still an infant, so I talk mostly about my 2.5-year-old. But I tend to look at her perspective a lot more than my perspective. Whereas I used to look at, I'm exhausted or I'm frustrated, not, well, why is she doing this or where is her emotion coming from? So I really do try to look at her perspective more. Tantrums are almost non existent. We still have them, but there are far, far fewer, and we understand the reason for them when they do happen. Um, we have great routines, great structure. Um, we really do have, especially in the middle of a pandemic right now, a very smooth life going on. And I think it's a testament to a lot of the plans you've helped put in place, a lot of the guidance, suggestions with family meetings, discussions to have, and just tools to try in our day to day life that have helped a lot.
Wonderful, wonderful. What would you tell someone else that may be considering hiring a parenting or family coach? What would you tell them why they should, and why, even more specifically, they should choose to work with me in Pumped Up Parenting?
So I think when I started this out, it was something where I thought I was just going to learn, okay, here is how you do a timeout if you were to do one, or here is how you handle a tantrum. Do you walk away or do you engage? Or I thought it was going to be very specific to, a specific parenting style, so to say. I didn't realize I was going to learn so much more about family dynamics, about childhood development, and even just about myself. A lot of our meetings and our interactions have been so helpful to me, my relationship with my spouse, my relationship with my daughters, and just life in general. I've learned a lot more. And so I would recommend to anybody considering to at least give it a try. I don't think anyone would regret it. Um, this has been very beneficial to me and my family in so many ways, and it's not just in how we've helped our daughters, but how we've helped our family function, and how in a very chaotic life our family life is not chaotic anymore. And that has been one of the best thing that's come out of this. But I think it reverberates beyond just our parenting our kids, but how we parent with each other. how my husband parents, how I parent, how we're on the same page, how we coordinate with caretakers. We've learned a lot far beyond just what our 2-year-old needs or does.
Excellent, excellent. I appreciate all that, and I'm also grateful to have you as my client. Is there anything you want to add to this testimonial for anybody, that's listening?
I would just say to anybody listening, really give it a try. I mean, Celia, you have been fantastic. I mean, helping from everything with how to work on eating and pickiness to, or today we were talking about moving into a new house and how to adjust to that move. We've talked about naps and tantrums and people staying with us for long periods of time and leaving. I mean, we've covered so many things. It's unbelievable, and it's been so helpful and enjoyable. I enjoy our talks together, and it's just, you have become a safe space to just talk about anything parenting, household related, which is really wonderful. And to anybody who needs that, I would recommend just take the chance. You're not going to regret it.
Well, thank you, Erica. And like I say, I really treasure our talks as well, not just as a client, but as someone that I feel we've kind of grown close together, and, we can read each other and help each other. And I've been truly blessed to have you as my client. So thank you very much for this testimonial. I appreciate it. And I hope you continue to have wonderful days filled with peace, love, and lots of laughter. And
Oh, thank
we'll
you.
talk soon.
Yes.
Thank you.